The learning content that I identified in my ThingLink was the history of the Wright brothers. The subject area is social studies and is targeted for 4th grade. 4th grade is where students begin to learn about the history of North Carolina, and a huge part of the history of North Carolina is the Wright brothers. As we know, on our license plates, if you are a resident in North Carolina, it says First in Flight. So I feel like this is something important that students should know, and it's also definitely in their standards and curriculum as well. For my ThingLink, I chose the image of the Wright Brothers Memorial for my ThingLink because I felt that it was a perfect way to capture the content that I chose to focus on. In my ThingLink, I included 3 different resources to help students learn the content. First was the link to the Wright Brothers Memorial website. So students can click on this and they can scroll through, and this is just a great way for students to explore the Wright Brothers Memorial if they haven't been before and maybe they don't have a chance to go. They can kind of read through the website and find lots of interesting facts to kind of help them learn not just about the Wright brothers, but the first flight as well. And so that's a great resource for students to use. And then the second resource I included was a link to a YouTube video on the Wright brothers. So students can click on this and they can watch this video. And this video will provide students with the background knowledge of who the Wright brothers were before they became famous for flying the first airplane. And it also not only talks about the history of the Wright brothers, but also talks about not just their early life, but their adulthood, and it gets into the first flight and how kind of that came about, their interest in aviation, all that it addresses. And so students can watch that video and learn about that. And then the last resource that I included was this article by National Geographic. This was a kid-friendly article, perfect for students in the 4th grade, and who they can learn about taking flight with the Wright brothers. So this kind of goes along with the video as well, but still it has some different facts in here that aren't included in the video, and has some pictures and that kind of thing, so students can learn a lot from this article, and it's a different way for students to gain some different facts as well. So that was the last resource that I provided students with. And as students read and watch all these resources I provide them with, they can be paying attention for different facts and details. And I think I might have students create like a biography on the Wright brothers. And so that way students can use this ThingLink. They can come to kind of one central location for their information, and they can use these 3 different resources to find the facts and information that they want to pull for their biography. So they might find things like where they grew up, how they became interested in aviation, what were they most known for. All these are things that the students can be looking for as they read and watch these different resources that I provided the students with. And it could help them obtain the information they learn by kind of having something to go off of and help them remember this information. So I really enjoyed this activity and being able to kind of navigate ThingLink and figure out what it has to offer for students, because this is a great resource, not just for teaching about this subject area, but other subject areas as well. This would be a great resource. But for this in particular, I thought that this was a great resource, and resources and links for the students to use if they were learning about the Wright brothers and they were in 4th grade, kind of focusing on that North Carolina history.